Hello ladies and gentlemen, Mike here from the Mind of Mike channel. Now, if you know anything about my channel or anything about the series or videos that I produce, you probably know that I play an awful lot of Minecraft Lord of the Rings. Now, to be honest, a lot of you out there are very experienced with it, you know how to play it, you know how to install it, but there are a few of you, an increasing number now, who are asking me, Mike, what is this? Is this a mod? Are you playing on a server? How do I get it going? Do I need to download maps? What do I do? I'm really interested in playing, but I have no idea how to get started. And this series is going to be directed at you. I'm going to teach you from the very basics, how to install it, how to optimize it, and how to survive and thrive, basically, in Middle-earth. So without further ado, let us get started. Okay, so first off, some of you may be asking, what exactly is the Lord of the Rings mod? Well, a lot of you already know because you've watched my series or you've watched other people's series and you have a good idea what it's about. But for those of you who know nothing, it is a modification for vanilla Minecraft that adds an entirely new dimension, a new world, if you will, into the game, and that world is Middle-earth. It also adds a ton of new gameplay elements, things like a questing system, a faction system, there is alignment, a ton of new crafting recipes, NPCs and structures, places to explore, you will make friends and enemies. But the focus of this episode is not really to get into the details of that. It is to help you with installation, get the game running, get it installed, get everything optimized. That's what we're going to be focusing on. So first off, I'm going to assume that you know nothing about modding. For those of you who do, you can skip ahead, but for those of you who know nothing, we're going to start there. And the first thing you need, the most important thing, is Minecraft Forge. Forge is basically a mod, an API if you will, that extends the underlying functionality of the vanilla game, and many other mods require it. So if you've never ever installed Forge before, now is the time. You're definitely going to need it in the future if you do any modding, and Lord of the Rings also requires it. Now the other thing to pay attention for here is that Lord of the Rings and many other mods require a very specific version of Minecraft in order to run. For Lord of the Rings, it is 1.7.10 right here. So we're going to click here, and we're going to go down here to download latest. Now the first thing I should tell you, and I may not have mentioned it before, is that the focus of this series is on getting the Windows version of Minecraft running in this mod. If you want to install other versions, the Mac version for example, you could check out Trazrad's video. He has a good video on that, how to get it running. But we're going to focus on Windows, so we're going to download the installer Win. And after a short advertisement that I have blocked, we're going to get to downloading. Alright, we'll skip this, and we're downloading. Alright, so we're downloading that. Now let's click over here. All these links are going to be in the description below. You can always Google this stuff if you don't trust my links. You know, just type in Lord of the Rings mod, Minecraft, and you will be taken directly to this page, or typing Minecraft Forge, and you will be taken directly to the Forge page. But this is basically the Minecraft forum, and this is where you download the mod. Now we're going to scroll down here. We're going to take a look at a couple things along the way. First off, experiencing lag in Middle-earth? Use Fastcraft. So we're going to sort of open a new tab here because we want to download this as well. This is going to go a long way towards helping optimize your game. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, you will see Mr. Gibbs is running, Paulsaurus Jr. has a spot. No Mind of Mike. Someone get on that, Mevins. I want my series on here. These series aren't even going on anymore. Come on. Anyway, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go down to download the current version, which is, as of right now, public version 28.2. Now, by the time this video comes out, it may be 29 because it's coming out very soon. Here's hoping anyway. But for now, we're going to download this. We're going to click on it. We're also going to be taken to AdFly. This should take me to Mediafire probably. That's usually where the download occurs. It's right there. All right, we're going to download. All right, so let's get that. While that's downloading, let's click over here. This is where we want to download Fastcraft. Now, Fastcraft, well, first of all, Lord of the Rings, the modification itself, the terrain generation, a lot of the way the game works is much more complex than vanilla Minecraft. So you really, unless you have a super powered supercomputer, you're going to experience some lag for sure. I don't care how good your computer is. I have a good computer and I still experience lag, especially when I'm recording. So this goes a long way towards helping. So we're going to go down here. We are going to download directly. All right, so let's move on to the installation. We got all the files we need. Let's move on. Alright, so we've got our 3 files downloaded here. We have Forge, we have Lord of the Rings mod itself, and we have Fastcraft. And the first thing we are going to do is install Forge. So we're going to double click here, it's going to bring up this little window, and you're going to just double check your directory here. It should install to the default directory, and that's really what you want. So we're just going to say, okay, we're going to install a client. I'm assuming if you know how to install a server, then you already know more than I do. So we're not going to get into that. We're going to install the client. It will download a few things, and it will set itself up in your Minecraft directory. Just got to wait till it finishes. Then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, successfully installed client profile, etc, etc. Now, the next thing we gotta do is we have to actually run Minecraft itself to get this thing set up. Now, if you notice down here, I have my profile, mindofmike. You will notice there is a new profile, and it is called Forge. Now, we're gonna make a new profile again by clicking New Profile, and I'm gonna name this Lord of the Rings. So, Lord of the Rings Minecraft. Now we're going to go down and do a couple of things as well. I'm going to change the game directory. You don't need to do this, but I recommend you do it just to sort of allow you a little more control over what mods you're using, etc, for the Lord of the Rings mod itself. You basically have a separate install. So we're going to call it LOTR mod. That will just add a new directory as well. Now, I want you to look down here where it says use version. Why don't you make sure that this is selected 1.7.10 Forge version, etc. If you've installed Forge before and you've got a lot of different versions, you can go through and double check, but this will basically give you the most recent version. Now, the last thing we want to do, and this is a little bit of a touchy subject for some people, and it really depends on a lot of different circumstances, but I am going to increase the memory that is available to Minecraft, and I'm going to do that because the Lord of the Rings mod really does require a lot of memory. Now, this really depends on your system, how much memory you have. I have a lot of memory, so I'm going to take it up to 4 gig. That's basically what this is. 4G means 4 gig. I'm also going to add one more command, which is XMS, and I'm going to also give that 4 gig. So you see XMX 4 gig and XMS 4 gig. Now, if your machine only has 4 gig, you really don't want to do this. You may want to take it down to 2 gig or something like that, depending on your system. But I really recommend giving it a shot, increasing the memory, especially if you notice lag and things like that. So we're going to save the profile. Now we are going to, where is my profile here? The new profile is Lord of the Rings Minecraft. Let us play. We just got to get the game started. We got to run it in order to let Minecraft sort of and Forge set themselves up for the next step. Alright, now you notice here there's something different. This is Forge right here. It is sort of constructing itself, getting itself set up, and we're ready to go. Now if you look on the bottom here, you'll see Minecraft Forge, etc, mods loaded, etc. We're going to quit the game, and we are going to open Minecraft one more time. Now we are going to go into our profile here, edit profile, and if you notice something down on the bottom here, it says open game directory. What that does is it allows you directly to go into your Minecraft directory, which we made here. That sounds a little weird, but that's what we're going to do. So let's cancel this. We're going to close this entirely. We're going to go back to our folder here, and we're going to go into the folder called mods. And we are going to copy our 2 mods, which would be Lord of the Rings Minecraft and Fastcraft, into the folder. There we go. That's it. We're done. It is now installed. So now we can open up Minecraft again, hopefully. And when we play this time, we will have the Lord of the Rings mod installed. So let's do that. Alright, Minecraft is loaded up and everything looks great. Forge is working, our Minecraft Lord of the Rings is installed, Fastcraft is installed, but before we start playing, there are a couple of things I want to show you. And those involve configuring the mod to your own personal gameplay style. You can change a lot of things, so I'm going to take you into the config settings and just show you what you can do. Now we can go down here to the Lord of the Rings mod, and we can hit config. Now there are a ton of settings here. I'm not going to go through them all, but I'm just going to go through a few of them and let you know some of the things you can change. You can check for updates. Sun flare, basically when you look up at the sun in Lord of the Rings, it will sort of blind you. There's like a sun glare, and I actually personally don't like it, so I turn it off. Misty mountains. There's a lot of things like fog, Middle Earth sky, the cloud ranges, ambience. There are a ton of different things here. On-screen compass, this will show you the direction you're going. You can enable or disable it. I personally disable it because I don't like the fact that it's so big. Your attack meter, this is sort of like a cooldown meter, basically like Minecraft 1.9 or something like that, for when you're attacking, that gives you sort of an idea of the best time to attack. Immersive speech. This basically means that the speech from NPCs will appear above their head in-game, and it actually looks very good. So yeah, I would keep it on. Hired NPC icons, health bars. There's a ton of stuff here. Now, one thing I will tell you very quickly, if you're noticing lag when you're in certain areas, when you're around elves, you can get rid of this. You can change this to false. This is basically a glow effect on their swords when enemies are nearby. It looks kind of cool, but it also takes a lot of performance. And I was having a lot of trouble with my frame rate dropping in certain areas like LOTR or, you know, the Woodland Realm, and that's the reason why, and I ended up turning it off because of that. But again, just sort of see what you think. There's a lot of stuff here. NPCs give mini quests. You can disable the questing system. There's a ton of stuff. I recommend you go through it. There's also a wiki you can check, but I wanted to give you a general idea of some of the things you can change and how configurable this mod truly is. All right, so let's just say, okay, we are done. Now we're gonna go in, we're gonna start a game. Now, when we're starting a game here, I don't have any. We're going to create a new world. Now, I wanna show you a couple of things here. Go into more world options. You will notice that the world type is set for default, and that's not exactly what we want in this case anyway. We are going to set that to Middle Earth, and this allows you to spawn directly into the Middle Earth dimension. You don't have to go to the overworld, you don't have to see vanilla Minecraft at all. You just go directly to Middle Earth. Now, if you have an existing character and an existing world that you want to use and basically enter Middle Earth from there, that's an entirely different process, and we'll get into that next episode. But for today, we are going to create a new world just based on Middle Earth. So we're going to call that Middle Earth. Creatively enough, and let's create a new world. In a few minutes, you should be looking at the Shire. Hopefully, if everything has gone well. It sometimes takes a while. Just be aware. Lord of the Rings definitely sometimes takes a while to load. Things are a little slower than normal, so be prepared for that. Be a little patient. Don't think your game has entirely locked up. All right, here we go. We are welcome to Middle Earth. We're in Middle Earth. Look at that. We're here. All right. That is great. All right, so we're not going to do a whole lot today. I just wanted to show you how to install it, how to get it working. When we come back next time, I'm going to show you more things in Middle Earth itself and how to get here from the overworld. But if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more. Take care, guys, and have yourselves a great day.